approach from the Romanians. But on topic of tactics, they're just going to push their way down mid. Snappi spotted out. It's Snappi and allu fired 2 quick kills, and with a complete collapse, now sure he trades, as does FNK, but there's still a man down. It's a place with util left anyway.
Well, man advantage here for ENCE and the C4. It's about to go down. Nice little pincer to come in for this swing. Crosshair towards Mini, not spotting anybody out. ENCE aren't moving a muscle, and as soon as they get that first kill, they'll pounce onto the second. They'll swing from all angles. Economy, it's in tatters, and GameAgents could be off for a really, really good start here on the CT side. If they get demolished, however, and it's another story. 1-for-1 trade here.
Might land on his position, so he's credited by cover. He brings out a few shots, so gives his position away. There's a man, he lies at 1, make that 2 as well. Now this is looking scary. RENNE on the flank comes in the nick of time. allu sure he trades, but Mini still being a tyrant towards Emo now. And as regali's ready for the pusher to CT, this forces allu to push his way forward towards this initial point of pit. As he makes his way ahead, he's going to try and catch out Mini, but it's so disciplined on his behalf. There's regali to pull. allu now able to double up now, make it into the 1v1. This is now very doable for the Finn, and for Sound, he's playing it by ear. He knows with 5 seconds left, allu's got a plant. He does a lot of damage to him, brings out a few more shots, sees that there's enough time, lets that time run out. allu now forced to hide towards Emo, and Sound, he sees this charge. He spots out the first man towards Pillar, but in the first oranges, Mini, that is a messy point of view. He's able to catch out the first member, though, looks to line up. The rest can't quite do so, and the GameAgents, that was a collapse.
Well, it's a good position for ENCE to be in right now. We're going to go for this with plenty of time on the bomb, with the kits, with the nades. There's definitely a chance for them, but as they take the fights before deploying any of that util, allu and Snappi are able to snatch them away. RENNE is good for 1 back, but there's no time for him here. They're falling all the way back to CT. He has to take all of these jewels, and whilst he's able to win them onto the low HP opponents, he still needs to clear all these angles. There's no time for it. They swing out with the crossfire. They eliminate him.
Yep, GameAgents now with banana control. Go for the boost, actually. Unload the dual dycha. dycha is able to find the initial kill, though. M4 retrieve.
Nades come in. Here comes the engagements.
RENNE, he needs to go huge now. Sat towards back sight. Sound good for 1. dycha instantly there to trade, and with the punishment of Snappi, that should be a quick save from GameAgents and a 5th for ENCE as they look to pull ahead, having recovered from the 3 rounds.
Next round. That AWP, often the catalyst that can win you these funky rounds. You can maybe go for increased movement speed, and as they work their way up to mid, regali, he's able to hit that first shot. Brilliant kill onto dycha. Spinx, it's desperate to trade, and as they continue to peak, regali somehow still alive, somehow untouched, and he's back onto the site.
Really strong spot now for GameAgents to swing their way forward. Oh, the flash is just perfect from Doto. And as Spinx and Snappi just clean up everyone, RENNE now the only man who can try and hold. It gives his position away with that shot, and sure he's able to isolate the bomb, shutting down Snappi. It helps, I guess, but the flank of allu should be the end of Mini. And whilst RENNE is good for 1, he's not good for 2. It's a 7-3 lead now, looking to really stabilize from there.
They're going for this contact play towards Banana, not making any noise, hoping that allu can find that opening pick. But as he faces into 2 members, he has to fall. The nade comes over, does a fair amount of damage onto FNK. Mini takes a tickle of damage from it too, but with 3 players stacked up on this B site, this is a powerful hold as they go for the aggression. I feel like it's not needed. They had the advantage.
And as Snappi goes for this plant, he might even ring out a few shots through the coffins. Doesn't do so. So it is all down to discipline and timing now as GameAgents kickstart this retake with players ready towards CT. Over in Banana, Spinx is deleted by RENNE there, leaving Doto and Snappi alone. Now Doto alone in a 1 versus 4. And regali, he just finishes the job. Very clean round by the AWP there. Very disciplined play from GameAgents, and a 4th round secured.
A big round there from GameAgents, keeping 4 players alive as well, finding those initial picks and then recovering when they lost that site.
So they move their way forward again. FNK looking to fight dycha, but dycha just deletes him. Spinx onto regali as well, gives ENCE a perfect opening now. And I won't lie, Josh, it's looking pretty bad for GameAgents. Mini, yes, he trades onto dycha, but the player's already positioned in CT. Spinx just removes his head, and this is just a cleanup. It's an absolute collapse, and while RENNE kind of hides towards Archway, Snappi swings into him. It's a messy kill, which means that Spinx will capitalize. It's 9-4 now, ENCE lead, and they give us what maybe Spinx usually goes through. Sure, they're running into 3 members, but that may not matter. Regali goes for a bit of a yellow peak before the smoke fully blooms. Unable to find the kill, though. FNK certainly can from first oranges. Doto, they'll look to trade. He does just that. Spinx onto Mini, leaves Regali, the only man of this original B defense, left standing. 20 seconds left, but there's plenty of time for us to get that bomb, and as they snap a fuse on this round against GameAgents, they need to get a wiggle on it. RENNE good for 1, Regali good for another now. It's all on Spinx for a 1 versus 3, and I tell you what, Josh, this might be pretty well recovered. Regali swinging left to right does put him at a bit of a disadvantage now into Spinx, and for Spinx, he's actually acutely aware that there's going to be this player towards coffins. There's the first kill. He'll look to double down now. Ready to swing into sound. He's almost worming for a pick. There's RENNE spotted out, but RENNE comes out on top. The GameAgents, that's 5, as they actually look like they could make this half very doable for themselves, in the sense that with now GameAgents in a position where, as you mentioned, it's 9-6 is a very, very... Piece goes down. This could be their chance to punish. Doto to lead that charge. Drops into Mini. He rings out a few shots. Though able to shut down Sound. Spots a long player and the side player is also good for another. Trades back and forth, though. Leaves GameAgents a man down. The molly from FNK buys a bit of time on the planter, but to what avail? Nade's now landing in pit. Sure, the util's doing a bit of work.
Putting it down. Time ticking, the bomb now halfway gone, and as the retake coming through, there's no point in saving. It's the final round of the half, but there's no chance on it. Regali has to push right through a smoke.
Opponents, and with also now, he's got to go huge, as does allu towards Graveyard, but it doesn't matter. dycha and Spinx, they all ring true in unison. It's an absolute slaughter on this site. The FNK, the last man left standing in a 1 versus 3. dycha looks to go through this smoke, and he's able to even find the kill.
With a couple of talented young players, and Spinx is definitely one of them. Aggression here from allu. That's going to cost him. RENNE sitting in.
Go for some kind of fast, kind of flary plays, say a flash into whaps, which is exactly what we see. But the flash doesn't work. Sound deletes dycha because of it, and well, now GameAgents at a 2-man advantage. They're at a stage now where losing this would be extremely detrimental to both their economy and their mentality. Snappi on the close angle actually opts to back away, but timing, it does not favor him. Mini shuts him down. For ENCE, this should be where they look to defend this attack, and with Doto with only an MP9, if he holds this, Josh, I will be in awe of him. But Sound, quick dispatchment is all on Spinx, who may just have to go save.
Yeah, carrying across to 7-4. It's one of the 2 premium rifles, and with no money behind him, look, he's quite literally on $0. He definitely wants to hold on to this. He will not be able to afford one into the next invest.
I'm worried about GameAgents here, Josh. Even though that round is pretty convincing, was that them doing well with allu? It misses the initial shot, but can he find a kill on the reaggressment? He swings in, deleted by Regali now. That should spur on the attack, but in anti-flash, it's messy, but Snappi finds an initial player. Spinx to fall as well means that Snappi has to go huge, but Mini, 2 quick kills secures the site. 20 seconds left, the plant goes down, and once again, the full spy events has actually been cancelled out here. And I tell you what, Josh, I'm feeling that glimmer of hope that game.
With it, and even saving these weapons, I mean, it's worth saving the weapons. There's far more chance of them doing damage next round than DP again. Full utility, Kevlar, helmet, sparing no expense here. And as FNK kicks things off again with a beautiful opening, a lot of damage onto dycha there too, who can finally try.
In a retake, I think it is just going to be a matter of saving. And if Doto falls, then they're only saving 2 rifles, and GameAgents might fancy their chances at a bit of a hunt.
Suck away a couple of M4s that at best will be accompanied by some pistols. Ooh, bit of a mistake.
To finally reinvest again, and that's why we see such massive comebacks. And as the CT smoke goes down, here's that full execution towards B. Snapping up for 1. Spinx there to double down as well. Makes this very doable. allu there to come out on top to go through the smoke. And just as I'm talking about massive comebacks, Regali's alone in a 1 versus 5. Make up your minds! It's just painful to see. Well, he's able to no-scope dycha as well. Goes for a 3rd. Can't quite hit it. Spinx finishes towards mid. RENNE with a little bit of utility just to keep ENCE at bay. And as RENNE shuts down allu, that's a beautiful opening. Great first kill. And now this will just kickstart that hit towards the long. Also, he's just deleted by FNK now. It's all the pressure on dycha. Alone in a 1 versus what would be however many choose to hit this site. Or just an MP9. It's a quick dispatch with a sound. GameAgents secure the site without taking a single casualty. And at 13-10, this is now becoming a very close affair, Josh.
And if they don't, then it's an opportunity for GameAgents to have a little bit of a freebie and try and take 11.
GameAgents with 30 seconds left. They've actually got to find the skill pretty quickly. Doto, the man to hold. Can he do so? He's good for one. He's able to get away as well with allu assisting. Allu there to double down. Eventually, regali finishes the job. But can he cement it? Yes, he can. That's a quick shot. Now with the smoke going down. Now with this site being secured to dycha towards library. Finishes off FNK. It's all a regali. 1 versus 3. Planting in the smoke. Flash goes down. He's caught out. That's 14 for ENCE. And that could very well be. It's run a fair few times. It's one they're going to be acutely aware of. And as the push comes through, there's a flash from Doto to try and delay that attack. And well, allu's good for 2. His teammates now will be ready to support him. Doto having shown his presence towards Bit. Here's the odd bit of spam from FNK, but he's fully blinded as he pushes to the site from his own teammate, actually, as Doto and regali clean up the mess, allowing Mini to fall and providing ENCE with 15 shots. Initial flash hits, and as they get top mid control, now is there a response? Follow-up flash is going to try and negate any short presence. dycha good for 1. RENNE instantly there to trade, though. In a 4-on-4, leaves allu the man to try and put a kind of final say in the matter. Spinx, he goes to the timing plate, he spots out the first member. Now in a 4-on-3, RENNE also tags down, and oh, it's close, but RENNE and Sound, low HP. allu will try to punish, he whiffs his shots. Mini punishes now, leaving Doto in a 1 versus however many choose to attack him, and in this case, it will be 3. Sound the one first one to lead that charge. Doto spots out the first, he doubles down, and looks to triple down, can't quite do so. But with low HP on RENNE, this leaves Snappi with a position where he can just use that pistol. It'll only take 1 bullet, and with only 11 HP on RENNE, looks like he's going to play the head angle now. Ready for Snappi. It's all down to timing, and as Snappi just shifts his way forward, does RENNE peek into him? We'll have to see. The nade lands right on him. It's a beautiful shutdown of ENCE. That'll be 16.
Well, a great game there from ENCE. It came a little bit closer than perhaps I was expecting. GameAgents, they put up a fantastic fight.